It's just different.
All right, and welcome back to Bar Fitness Podcast. And I'm your host, Dwayne. Super excited to come to you again. Bar Fitness Podcast is a podcast dedicated to my fitness journey. And that fitness journey involves a program called E2M. And when I have E2M folks on, I get super excited. This E2M folks is actually part of the E2M team. I have on none other than my sister, Chef Jennie. How you doing today?
What's up? I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Excited to have you on. We finally got here. We had a couple of reschedules, but other than that, we're finally here, and super excited, and had Andreas on, and I was glad we accepted my invitation. So I love to kind of start off by letting you talk about your fitness journey. And I always like to say, like, pre E2M, like where did you come from pre E2M? And then we'll talk about once you found the program and then once you got into the program.
Oh, so pre E2M, like growing up, I was always very active in sports. I was cheerleader, ran track all through school, dance team in college. So I've always been active, and I started doing yoga. And then also pre E2M, I didn't know anything about food nutrition. Like, I was active, but I was young, so I had to have metabolism. So I was like, we'd like drive to McDonald's, get a cheeseburger and Dr. Pepper, and then go to cheerleading practice and like run laps. Like, I could not even imagine doing that now.
Yes.
There was always.
I'm gonna break in right here just for a second. No, my Friday night ritual, because I did this the first night and we won the game, so I did it every Friday. I used to drive to Wendy's and get a Baconator and a Pepsi and an extra large fry. And every night before a football game, like like you said, I couldn't imagine doing that now. But go ahead.
No way.
Go ahead.
No, like, I know. And then I'm like, how did I function? Like, how did I thrive? Because I was a pretty good athlete. And so I'm like, how did I thrive under these conditions? I don't know. So yeah, there was always kind of a disconnect between the nutrition and the fitness piece. Like, I always was active, but didn't know jack about food or eating healthy. And, after college was 2019, I was diagnosed with melanoma, and it rocked my world. I was 27. So I was like, whoa, this is not for young people. And then I had to really just take a look at myself and be like, okay, well, how did you get here? Oh, I had a membership to a tanning bed. I went to college at the beach. Like, I prepared myself for that news. Like, that's what I was building up to. And I just had to reevaluate my whole life at that point. And I took a step back and said, okay, what else am I doing that is not serving my body, that could possibly put me in another position, later down the road with the health issue? And I really started looking into nutrition and food at that point. So, it was a journey on my own until I went to culinary school at Johnson and Wells. And I just had this tremendous passion to learn about nutrition and the food industry and the lack of nutrition in the food that we're being fed now. I mean, we're being fed food-like substances. And so that just really became a passion of mine to learn more about that. So I spent years in corporate food world, doing food service management, from everywhere from K-12, so feeding young kids, up to retirement, folks in like community living. And I learned a lot about the food industry and food manufacturers. And I was really disappointed, to be quite honest. And I was like, we just have to eat real food. and we've got to talk about it. We need to get it in front of people. So after that, let's see, I had twins in 2017. So again, rocked my world, and had a hard time just like kind of recovering and getting back to normal after that. I tried other fitness programs. I knew about food at that point. So I was able to feed myself healthy, nutritious food, but my workouts and my food just weren't making a difference. And I'm friends with Mandy, one of our trainers. We went to college together, and she posting all these before and after pictures. I'm like, who are these people? What is this? And maybe I need to try this. So I joined as a member to E2M January 2020. And I was like, what? This is amazing. It finally connected the nutrition and the fitness in my world to make a change in my body. And I saw results like within weeks. And so I was like, this is the real deal. And then I'm like, y'all need some good recipes. So I kind of kept sprinkling that in there. And then finally Jeff kind of opened up the floor and was like, would you be interested in doing a cooking class? I was like, absolutely. Because food is very challenging. And when you transition into eating whole food, people don't know what to do with it. It's like, I got all these ingredients. Now what?
Right.
So that's in a nutshell, my whole life. And E2M. So
I love it. I love it. I love it. So I guess shout out to UNCW, because that's where you and Mandy went to the same school, which is not too far from where I grew up, big city of Turkey, North Carolina. So very familiar with that in that area. So I have to start there. But I love what you talked about when you talk about how the program puts food and fitness together. That was my struggle as well. I could bang out a gym, like I'll lift heavy, go hard, stay late, all of that, but I wasn't connecting that piece. So as far as when you took on this role of being a chef for E2M, what's kind of your approach for those that don't know anything about the program or what we offer? What's kind of your approach when it comes to preparing food and showing recipes and helping out the members?
I remind myself of culinary school and the basics, like 101, cooking 101, because we have folks that come into this program and they're either like you and they're like confident with the fitness piece and they're like lacking the knowledge or the skills on the cooking side, or they're super confident in the kitchen and they need the skills and the tools for the fitness piece. So my approach and what I really try to do is like break it down real simple. And like, these are cooking methods, different ways to cook foods and different ways to season foods. And I think a lot of folks struggle with just veggies in general because they probably grew up with this generational like lack of nutrition or skills in the kitchen. No offense to the mamas, but I'm a Southern girl. I grew up with a lot of butter and bacon grease. My mama probably still has a mug from 1970 with the same bacon grease in it. So learning how to flavor food with herbs and spices, that is what I try to just break it down to. Every week we present a new recipe. Some are really popular. Some people are like, not for me. And it's like, okay, we do have a restrictive food list. So learning to cook and present in those parameters has been a challenge to me, but I love a challenge. So
for sure. Okay. I love that. One of the things that and we actually got a chance to talk about this when I met you in Charlotte. One of the things that I love that you do, especially for people that are new to the program and like you said, new to all of this, you took them shopping in the grocery store and you didn't get kicked out. So that's a good thing. So
I did, right?
I really enjoyed that. So I guess what inspired that and just talk about that experience and the feedback you got from it.
That was a total, like on a whim. I was going to the store myself and I was like, you know what? do people even know how to pick out like good produce, fresh produce, ripe produce? Do they know what to avoid? Do they even know how to read food labels? So when we say you can have hot sauce and mustard, but not if it's got sugar in it. So I'm like, do people even know how to do that piece before we get to the kitchen? So that was impromptu. And I'm like, we're going to go to the grocery store. So that was my hopes. And it was really, everybody loved it. And they were like, wow, I really needed that. So that was something that I definitely want to do again. And we should probably do it every round, because listen, we've got Instacart, we got Insta everything, you got Uber Eats, people are bringing food to your doorstep. You don't have to really go to the grocery store and look for things. But if you want to be successful in this program, you got to do your grocery shopping and you got to read your labels.
For sure. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And like I said, it's super beneficial for all levels, different people, different stages.
For sure.
It depends. It really, because for me, definitely was never the chef. I mean, I've definitely stepped on my skills now, because I'm actually conscious of what what we're eating, and we got the food list. And I never forget when I really got I guess a huge tip for me. I didn't know what to do with asparagus. And so I was tuned in like that first round when we had asparagus. I was like, what do you do?
Help me love this.
Right. Like what? Like I put it somewhere and it's too chewy. I put it somewhere else, it's too hard. Like, so that was big for me. So I always like to kind of, before we close out, give you an opportunity to talk to someone that may be listening or watching that is thinking about joining the program. Tell what would be your message to them?
I think my biggest takeaway from this program, and what I tell people when they ask me, what is this program? It is genuinely a holistic approach to health and wellness. It's not just fitness. It's not just food and diet. It is mental health, and it's community. And it really sets itself apart from any other type of program out there. And what I really love about it is this community aspect. Our leadership is like none other. I mean, Jeff is a very special person, and the way that he has strategically put this program together and continues to make changes and raise the bar, and pull people in. We've got so many experts on the team now. It's beyond just a fitness group. This is a community of like-minded people that raise each other up, that encourages each other. And that's what we really need in life right now. You need to be surrounded by like-minded people that can be on that same page, give you a pat on the back when you work hard, or lift you up when you're down. And so that's what, for me, just sets this apart from any other type of program. Yes, we can check all the things that we offer off, but the feeling that you have when you are in a community is indescribable. So
sure.
that's my closing statement.
I love it. No, it's perfect and perfectly said, and definitely kudos on that, because that's spot on. And what I love is, if you're an avid listener or watcher of the show, this is a common theme. We talk about the community, like-mindedness, the leadership, the passion for people to be healthy. So yes. Jen, thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule and coming on the show. It's definitely been fun, and definitely appreciate what you do, and for the program. And even so, actually, you know what? I think I got one more thing, because I noticed lately you've been turning up the notch a little bit as far as going in. So let's talk about that real quick before we get out. What's the inspiration? Because I've been noticing, I'm on the page all the time. I've been noticing you didn't turn up the notch a little bit on your effort.
I mean, I gotta be honest, and I think genuine is the way to go. And I did round one. I was like, she looked okay. I look better than I did. I lost some weight. I felt good. So I got a little complacent and just let it ride. I was still working out. I was still eating healthy-ish, But, you know, I was not every single day grinding. And I kind of looked around me, and I've been spending a lot of time with Mandy, and she was just like, you know, you can do more. You got it in you.
That
and I was
like Mandy
too. Challenge accepted, Sensei. So like I worked out with her, and she was like, more weight. You can do this. And I was like, are you sure? I got low back issues. And she's like, 5 more pounds. And I'm like, okay. So I was not pushing myself because I work out by myself in my garage. I just simply was not pushing myself. And now that I've been around her and been working out with people in person, it has pushed me to a new level. And I'm like, I can do more. So I am doing more, and I'm pushing myself. And your girl's turning 40 this month. So I've got this like in my mind of like, I want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And if I want strong arms, I can build them. If I want strong legs, I can build that. So I've never really looked at fitness as a way of, you know, it's just like, oh, let's just not get soft and fluffy, you know?
Right.
I'm like, no, I can build my muscles and change my physique.
Yes.
What I don't know why that light bulb just went off. But it did. And so now it's game on. Like I got a whole nother tunnel vision on this. So
we can tell. I promise. We can tell.
It's fun.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad I remember that. That was something I wanted to ask, and I'm glad I remembered to bring that up, because for current members, you can turn that switch on. You can do more. I mean, technically, you know, I'm an OG. It's been 2 years since I originally joined, and I think, you know, the fact that once you're a member, you're always a member. So if you fall off, this is what I always say to any of my friends that have kind of fallen off, or, you know, they put on a little bit of weight here and there. And I'm like, you've got the tools. You know how to do this. Come back. That's right. That's right.
Print out your workouts, print out the food list. You know how to do this.
Get to work.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm glad I asked that. Good deal. So to the Bar Fitness podcast, and I guess Bar Fitness TV folks, thank you guys for tuning in to Bar Fitness TV. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Bar Fitness TV. Also, remember 1 Timothy 4:8, the physical body, we want to take care of that, but we also want to remember that we have to take care of our spiritual body as well. Till next time, you guys, God bless. Peace out.
It's just different.